changing 100. 93.9 are okay.
93.9, your remedy dial.
Good evening, everybody. The players are in the tunnel. A lovely warm night in Rome. A red-hot atmosphere in the Olympic Stadium awaits them. A night for flags and passion. I trust my players. I trust my stadium, says Jose Mourinho, whose Roma have to repeat what they did in the last round and turn around a first leg away 1-0 deficit. The great Totti watching on. I want 67,000 players, demanded the man with 25 career trophies as a head coach. Hartman was in there, Pellegrini was in there, so too Christon. The shot is by Spinazzola and the tie is level. Roma 1, Feyenoord 0, 1-1 on aggregate. He comes across from Szymanski, and with this tie they could very well do, because Igor Paschal has levelled it on the night and put them back in front on aggregate with that flying header with 10 to go. It's Roma 1, Feyenoord 1. Desperate moments here for Roma. Around the corner from Pellegrini. It's in! Dybala! What a roar when he came on! Roma lead on the night. It's level on aggregates. And what a night it's been. Pellegrini. Reaper is tiring. Abraham can get a low cross in the middle. Dybala! It's a brilliant goal! And Roma are ahead in the tie for the first time. It's a sensational goal. Might have been El Shaarawy who was in there to put the finishing touch on it. But what a well-worked goal it was for Roma. Giving it away. Chance here then for Roma to put the tie beyond Feyenoord. Dybala, Abraham, was he offside? Tammy Abraham, it's parried, it's finished off. Rattled into the back of the net by Pellegrini. But I don't think it's going to count, because I think he was offside in the middle. And for the second time in the night, they'll have a goal disallowed. Benez with the carry. Abraham's offside there. Abraham thinks it's going to stand. Well, was Tammy Abraham right or wrong? Another long VAR delay. The goal is given, and Roma are heading for the semi-finals. Wound up moments ago by the Roma player. It's Roma who go through to the semi-finals, beating Feyenoord 4-1 on the night. 4-2 on aggregate.
Top of the morning to you. Games that went down. One of the games that went down last night in the Europa League for Jose Mourinho's side, Roma pulling through in that one against Feyenoord. And remember, Jose Mourinho, if you could recollect what happened last week when Jose Mourinho told the journalist from Netherlands saying that, well, for him, when he loses, he goes back to the drawing board and he does not sulk. However, he knows what his players can do in the return leg. So guys, we welcome you to Kiko Sport Show this Friday morning, and we say is it Barikadi Salah now and Ramadan Karim all together. So shout out to the guys. Some of us just finished the fasting, and shout out to the likes of Salah, some of the Muslim players, Benzema, who played during the Ramadan period. Well, let's go straight to look at some update this morning. Looking at tennis, we talk about the NBA playoff. We look at boxing this morning, and we talk about games going down this weekend. Same as reaction coming from managers after the Europa League games. Same as Europa Conference League games decided last night. My name is Oladapo Kunubi, aka Young Striker, and I remember you can watch us live from anywhere across the globe. Jump on our Facebook fan page, same as YouTube channel, Solutions 939 FM. Solutions 939 FM. Good morning. Okay, so we start with tennis this morning, although we're getting a breaking news from Paratici this morning, where Fabio Paratici, Tottenham managing director of football, has resigned after failed appeal against a 30-month ban from the game. Tottenham's managing director of football, Fabio Paratici, has resigned after his appeal against a 2.5-year ban was rejected by Italy's highest sports court. Paratici initially stepped back from his role at Spurs on 31st of March following his ban made worldwide by the football body FIFA. The Italian was handed a 30-month suspension from the game in January after his former club Juventus, where he worked for 11 years, were found guilty by an Italian court of false accounting. Well, we'll talk more when we get to the second half of the show, but that is what the story is saying here this morning. Let's look at updates from the world of tennis. Carlos Alcaraz moves into the quarterfinals of the Barcelona Open with a straight set defeat of Roberto Bautista Agut, but it was a miserable Thursday for Alexander Zverev on home soil. Defending champion Alcaraz won an all-Spanish contest with Bautista Agut 6-3, 7-5 on Pista Rafa Nadal. Top seed Alcaraz will face another compatriot in the form of Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, who soared off Emilio Roveri for a place in the last four in his homeland. Well, let's look at games going down today. Stefano Tsitsipas by 12:30 will take on Alex de Minaur, but before that game, we'll have Lorenzo Musetti battling Jannik Sinner. Carlos Alcaraz's game will be going down 3 o'clock against Davidovich Fokina, while Francisco Fiorentolo will take on Daniel Evans by 4:30. And the Banja Luka Open games are starting by 10 o'clock, where Alex Molcan will take on Laszlo Jari. But let's go straight to Germany this morning, where we will have the Stuttgart Open, the WTA 500, where Paulo Bartosa will take on Arina Sabalenka by 11 o'clock this morning. And by 2:30, Anastasia Potapova will battle Caroline Garcia, as Ons Jabeur will be up against Beatriz Haddad Maia by 4 o'clock. And last game of the day, 5:30, we see Iga Swiatek take on Karolina Pliskova. Away from that this morning, as we look at more tennis stories, Rafael Nadal says he is in a difficult situation as he does not know when he will return from his injury layoff. He was initially ruled out for 6 to 8 weeks with a hip injury, but has now not played since 18th of January. Nadal confirmed he will miss the Madrid Open, which starts on 25th of April, and there is doubt over his participation at the French Open in May. He confirmed this on Thursday. Okay, now moving away from that this morning, let us go straight to the NBA. Well, you can call it a resurgence of Golden State Warriors. However, if you look at how things are going right now, it is Game 3. Philadelphia 76ers beating Brooklyn Nets, and the Fields are leading 3-0 in the playoffs. Maybe an easy ride for Philadelphia 76ers. However, Sacramento Kings lost 97 to 114 against the Golden State Warriors. And one man has returned to help the Golden State Warriors, and that happens to be Steph Curry, who was the star of the show early this morning as Golden State Warriors became victorious in Game 3, winning 114 to 97 points of their first round series against Sacramento Kings. After dropping the first 2 games of the series on the road, it was a do-or-die fixture for a Warriors team who were without future Hall of Famer Draymond Green due to his stomping suspension from Game 2. Now, looking at all that result, it became 2-1 between Phoenix Suns and LA Clippers. But it's the fix now. Phoenix Suns leading 2-1 in the third game. Okay, so let's look at games going down in the next fixtures scheduled for tomorrow morning, where Atlanta Hawks will take on Boston Celtics, New York Knicks will battle Cleveland Cavaliers, Minnesota Timberwolves against Denver Nuggets, and 6 o'clock tomorrow, That should be 6 p.m. Brooklyn Nets will take on Philadelphia 76ers as LA Clippers will battle Phoenix Suns. That's the latest updates coming from the basketball scene. And let us also talk about awards this morning. Boston Celtics reserve Malcolm Brogdon has been named NBA Sixth Man of the Year for his stellar first season with his new team. Brogdon, 30, was traded to the Celtics for the Indiana Pacers in July for a 2023 first-round draft pick and a combination of smaller contract for matching salaries, and it has proved a shrewd move. Now let's talk boxing this morning about Anthony Joshua and what may also likely happen against Deontay Wilder. Anthony Joshua has fueled speculations about a Deontay Wilder fight by admitting there might be some truth in reports of a showdown in Saudi Arabia. Joshua has welcomed a potential blockbuster battle with Wilder, with reports even suggesting that Tyson Fury could even face Alexander Usyk in an undisputed world heavyweight title fight on the same night in December. Wilder's manager Shelley Finkel told journalists that the American was willing to fight Joshua, a challenge which has been accepted for the two-time world champion. Okay, so let's wait and see to see what happens at the end of the day, if Wilder will pull out of this, or it will be Anthony Joshua to pull out of this deal. Remember Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, stories coming out back and forth. At the end of the day, one pulling out for one. But now let's pull the plug a bit away from the first half of the show as we move to the second half of the show, where we talk about the Nigeria Premier Football League. We talk about the NPFL games going down this weekend and what we should be expecting, most especially as the league is getting to the last set of stages where we know who's good to go, but most especially who is swimming out of relegation. Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned to Kick-Off Sports Show, live on your Remedy Radio dial, Solutions 939 FM. Remember, we're live on Facebook, facebook.com/Solutions 939 FM. Same as YouTube, Solutions 939 FM. This is your Remedy Radio dial. In case you're just tuning in, my name is Oladapo Kunubi. Remember to keep liking, subscribing, and sharing our platforms. Let's talk about the NPFL Match Day 15 games going down this weekend, starting tomorrow. Bendel Insurance, unbeaten team so far in the NPFL, will be at home as a welcome El Kanemi Warriors. Aimba International will also face Ramo Stars. And Go Sunday, Dakota FC will host Enugu Rangers in Akwa Ibom. Doma FC hosts Bayelsa United, as Abia Warriors will be the guests of Niger Tornadoes. Plateau United hosts Nasarawa United. Ashuri Star Sports Club of Ibadan will be at the Lagos Salami Stadium, Adamasinga, taking on Gombe United, as Sunshine Stars of Akure will be at home as a welcome Lobby Stars. Kwara United will be the guest of Aqua United at the Gassil Akpabio Stadium in Uyo. Remember, the game between Rivers United and Wiki Tourist has been postponed due to the responsibilities of Rivers United on the continent of the CAF Confederations Cup. That's the update there. But now let's just look at how the table stands. I mean, it looks like a winnable game for Bendel Insurance against their opponent, El Kanemi Warriors. El Kanemi Warriors is battling relegation because the rock bottom They even should El Kanemi Warriors win the game this weekend, that means they will have 12 points and they will be on the 9th position, maybe gradually swimming out. But Bendel Insurance, a win for them will give them 31 points. And for Bendel Insurance, in the last 5 matches, they're yet to pick a point. Even in the second half of the season, they're yet to win a game. They've drawn 7 and won 7, meaning they've won the total number of drawn games this season, but yet to lose a game. Well, looking at Enyimba International, a win for them will give them 27 points and close the gap behind Bendel Insurance, meaning something is about to happen in the Group A of the NPFL. But let's look at Group B this morning. Lobby Stars of Makurdi with from 14 matches, they've won 8, drawn 2, lost 4 with 26 points. Playing against Sunshine Stars of Akure, that is 7th on the NPFL log, will be a big battle because they're going on the road. However, Rivers United, remember, they're going on the road. They're going on continental assignment. But for Doma United, a team that got promoted to the NPFL, is with 22 points. They're third on the NPFL log. A win for them will also increase the pace and the heat behind Lobby Stars. Doma is playing at home, hosting Bayelsa United at the 6th on the NPFL log. Dakada FC is facing Enugu Rangers. These two teams are around relegation waters. Dakada with 11 points. A win against Enugu Rangers will give them 14 points and will push them to the 9th spot. And a win for Enugu Rangers will give them 18 points and they will still be in the 8th spot of the NPFL log. It's just like a team in England. Win, lose, draw, they remain in that position. But let's go straight. Talk Africa football this morning. Salif Keita, Africa. Africa, and let's talk the CAF Champions League this morning. Well, the game going down today, we see Jeska Bielek taking Esperance of Tunisia in the CAF Champions League quarterfinal game. But remember, tomorrow games are also going down on the continent. CAF Champions League, Simba SC will take on Wanda Casablanca of Morocco. Al Ali will take on Raja Casablanca. Asir Belouizdad will take on South African side Mame Lodi Sundowns. Okay, now let's move and talk about the CAF Confederations, where we have a lot of Nigerians eyeing that particular, side. And it's going down on Sunday, where we have Nigeria's representatives, Rivers United in Nigeria, taking on Young Africans. Monastir will take on ASEC Mimosa. Muru Galant travels to play Pyramids of Egypt as USM Alger hosts FAR Rabat. That's what's going down on the continent. Let's go straight down to England tonight. It is going to be Arsenal. Well, some are saying that they've already lost the opportunity to grab the Premier League title, but they still have their hopes in their hands. Here is Mikel Arteta, who's confident that there will be positive results from the side following poor run of form from the Gunners, who have been able to let a lot of people know that it is not about how many money you spend in the transfer market, but it is about the understanding of the team on what they need to do. Remember, Arsenal drew the game against Liverpool, drew the game against West Ham 2-2. But Arteta is here saying the results will start coming.
Very confident, and twists and turns are part of anything that you do, especially in football, whatever the aim or the target it is, and it's not going to be always a linear progression, and you have to know that, and you have to prepare for that. And the way the team reacted was incredibly positive, and we want to see that tomorrow night when we get into that field.
Well, that was Mikel Arteta speaking last night ahead of tonight's game. But some players already ruled out of the game going down tonight against the Southampton at the Emirates Stadium. Elneny Saliba, Tomiyasu ruled out. Zinchenko is questionable for the game tonight. However, looking at Southampton team, Larios, Martin Niles, Salisu, all ruled out for Southampton. Adams may make a return, same as Livramento. But looking at this one, for Arsenal, they need to hold on, get a win in this great game. They score a lot of goals because remember, for Manchester City, they are playing in the FA Cup and they will not be, available. They have a cup game this weekend, so they will not be playing Premier League game. And a win for Arsenal will give them 77 points. But remember, Manchester City coming back, they will have to face Arsenal in the midweek. But let's just keep our fingers crossed. Let's look at more games going down on the Premier League this weekend. In England, Fulham will host Leeds as Aston Villa travels to play Brentford. Crystal Palace host Everton as Leicester City take on Wolverhampton Wanderers at the King Power Stadium. Liverpool will be up against Nottingham Forest as Bournemouth will take on West Ham United. Newcastle United tackles Tottenham. These are the games going down. Match day 32 of the English Premier League. Okay, so remember the FA Cup semi-final, Manchester City will take on Sheffield United. But the question here is, can Manchester City hold on to this, or will want to jeopardize FA for Champions League and Premier League title? But do you even think Sheffield stands a better chance of facing Manchester City? There is a man called Haaland. But looking at another FA Cup semi-final clash, it is Manchester United that lost last night against Sevilla. And well, some are saying that Manchester United did not play the game expected, but they are playing against Brighton and Hove Albion. Maybe a back-to-back defeat that game will be. Let's keep our fingers crossed. We don't know. But I mean, Manchester United need to see how they can return to winning ways. They are out of the Continental European Cup competition. Now they have to return home. But here is Erik ten Hag speaking after the game last night. He felt disappointed and hopes the players will return to winning ways, most especially against Brighton.
I think they showed in the past they can, but tonight we were not good enough. It was obvious, it was clear. So we didn't match the standards, what you can expect from a team from Manchester United. He's the one with the most clean sheets in the Premier League, so that shows he's a very capable goalkeeper. I have to acknowledge, it's the truth. It's hard, it's tough, but it's the truth, and it can't be, and it's unacceptable. But I think we showed in the past we can bounce really quickly back. We did it between games many times now this season. But what we have to learn is to start games better with more desire and passion, more composure on the ball. And when you get a setback, you have to deal with it and carry on.
Well, that was Erik ten Hag speaking after the team lost 3-0 against Sevilla right there in Spain. And well, the game the game ended 5-2 on aggregate. Remember the first leg ended 2-2, but a quick rundown of results right there. The United extra time, it was Roma qualifying to the next round on aggregate, beating Feyenoord 4-1 in the return leg. And well, look at Sporting CP. They lost on aggregate against Juventus. Remember the return leg last night ended 1-1. Union Saint-Gilloise lost 1-4 against Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen qualifying on an aggregate. And going straight to the Europa Conference League is Alkmaar, Fiorentina, Basel, West Ham United all qualified to the next round. And a quick look at what is also going down tonight, talking the German Bundesliga. Well, remember, this weekend it is going to be more of a lot of matches. Tonight, Augsburg will be up against Stuttgart in the German Bundesliga. Remember, Bayern Munich is out of the UEFA Champions League after playing a 1-0 draw against Manchester City at the Allianz Arena. Remember, they lost 3-0 in the first leg at the Etihad Stadium. And well, it was Larry Sané saying that, well, the European competitions are over. It is now focusing on German Bundesliga, seeing how they can rescue the situation. But looking at other games scheduled for this weekend, Bochum take on Wolfsburg, Hertha Berlin batters Werder Bremen, SC Köln travels to play Hoffenheim, Mainz host Bayern Munich as Borussia Dortmund hosts Eintracht Frankfurt. Freiburg hosts Schalke as Bayer Leverkusen will be up against RB Leipzig, West Borussia Mönchengladbach hosting Union Berlin. And that's the round 29 of the German Bundesliga. Well, remember, games are also, with games starting this weekend, going straight to Spain. It is Espanyol taking on Cadiz tonight, and Italian Serie A, Verona taking on Bologna. In the French League on tonight, Paris Saint-Germain travels to play Angers. Those are the fixtures of games. Well, you want to get more, just to go to the websites of these teams to know more. We'll move to the other side of the show this morning, where we look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. And we'll also get your reactions, your opinion on some of the headlines. And shout out to those observing their public holiday. We are here to give you all the best. Do not go anywhere. My name remains Oladapo Kunubi.
For this Naija wey we dey so, say you no hold cash no mean say wahala dey o. You wan send money to Male for Villa, just use Momo. You wan buy recharge card or data, just use Momo. You wan pay for market wey you buy, just use Momo. You fit use Momo run plenty things without cash, as long as you get Momo account. No cash, no wahala, and e dey easy to open o. Just dial *671# to open Momo account. Set your PIN, transfer money from your bank account inside your Momo account. Make you fit dey pay for anything, send and receive money sharp because life dey simple with Momo.
Saleko is the jungle. Everyone does what they must to survive.
Gangs of Lagos don land for Prime Video and na the #1 film, so make una go watch am. E get better stars like Toby Bakri, Adesuwe Tomi Wellington, Chike, Iyabo Ojo and more. Plus the genge action wey dem do for the film. Chai! Na for only Prime Video you fit watch Gangs of Lagos, and dem go first give you 7 days free trial. Terms and conditions dey o. Oh yeah, japa to Prime Video.
Mommy!
Yes, daughter?
Why is it that almost everyone in my school comes with small candies and biscuits? I just want to know.
Yes, darling. It's because Sumal food is amazing and simply the best.
Yes, Mommy. Even the Sumal wafers and the chewing gum that you've always given to us are extremely delicious and captivating.
Hello, everyone. Here's your bread. Of course, it's yellow bread.
Wow!
Thanks, my dear. We always enjoy Jolly bread. For your biscuits, wafers, candies, chewing gum, and bread.
Small Foods, love at first bite.
Small Foods, love at first bite.
The Naira Games with your favorite radio presenters. The music with loads of fun and entertainment. It's Buxton World. Buxton World presents the Naira Game Show in the city of Ibadan. Featuring lots of games to win lots of money. And also get a chance to mingle with your favorite radio personalities. Coming live every last Thursday of the month at Platinum Club's outdoor stage. Number 2, Awolowo Avenue, Old Bodija, Ibadan. From 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The game ticket is 500 Naira. And you can get yours in all the radio stations in Ibadan. Or you can log into www.buxtonworld.com to play off stage. For sponsorship, call 0905-362-5550. Proudly supported by Platinum Club and all the radio stations in Oyo State. Buxton World Naira Game Show. Every player is a winner.
OOK Agribusiness Academy is back again with another agribusiness course session. With the support of the Oyo State Agribusiness Development Agency, OISEDA, our 50,000 Naira courses have been slashed to half the price. That is, each course is now 25,000 Naira only. This offer is only available to the first 100 persons to apply. All applicants must be residents of Oyo State and be able to read and write in English. Courses run for 5 days with 1 day of field experience. Classes will commence on May 2nd, 2023 and registration ends on April 28th, 2023. Our website is ookgroup.ng. Email address info@ookgroup.ng. Office address 60 Dickett House, Ring Road, Ibadan. Telephone +234 7062 315544. WhatsApp +234 81 61 11 2003. At OOK, we farm to live and live to farm.
Hello, sir. Do you mind if I interview you quickly?
No. I don't get
Just
time.
a quick one, sir. If you get 1 million Naira right now, what would you...
You say? First of all, hey, I go share this my phone. After that, I will come buy red bars, you understand? Then I'll come work well. Come block my landlord office in my status. God declare for the boys there. Levels all life with that.
Take off on a millionaire level and do as you like with the FCMB Millionaire Promo Season 9 by increasing your savings account balance by 10,000 Naira and keeping it for 30 days in your FCMB account. And if you're a new customer, deposit 10,000 Naira into your account and keep it for 30 days. And you could be one of the winners of $1 million Naira and other amazing cash rewards. Approved by NLRC and FCCPC. FCMB, my bank and I.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Get ready to go into space as Blink's Event Awards is here again. Tag the space experience. Come experience glitz and glamour like never before as individuals and brands get awarded for being exceptional in their various fields. Takeoff will be happening live at Blink Space Station, Dylan Event Center, Songo Eleyele, Ibadan on the 23rd of April 2023. Your space shuttle captain and event host is Aisha Lawal. Boarding pass, silver 5,000 Naira, gold 10,000 Naira, table 250,000 Naira, 500,000 Naira, and 1 million Naira. For sponsorship and partnership, contact 0705 5012 389. Blinks Event Awards 2023 is powered by Blinks and supported by Load NG. Get your space gears ready. We are going to space.
93.9 FM.
Keep it locked.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Thank God it's Friday and we are in celebration mode. Happy Eid al-Fitr to our Muslim faithfuls out there. I'm really looking forward to the rams and the meat.
They don't kill Ramadan.
Well, it is called Ramadan for a reason, so I'm not going to take an excuse from anybody, especially my colleagues who...
E.g.
Abasla, Tiamiyu, Adufe.
Why did you put Adufe Ade's name on the top?
Because I mean, she's the only person I believe that would come through. Okay. The rest, I can't trust them.
Okay, all right, now we know. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Doc. Well, welcome to From the Dailies, the last edition for this week, where we look at the front pages of our Nigerian newspapers to get a view of some of the stories that are trending and give analysis to the conversation. Of course, I'll be taking stories from the Nigerian Tribune and the Vanguard newspaper. My name is Victory Richard.
I've got the Punch and the Nation newspapers this morning. My name is Oladapo Kunubi. Remember, we're live on Facebook, facebook.com/Solutions939FM. YouTube channel Solutions 939 FM. Click the like, subscribe, and share buttons. And remember, you can post your comments, your reactions on this platform. Well, remember, we're also our phone lines are open: 0909 888 9939 or 0912 222 2939. Those are the lines you can call when the time comes after a reaction from, after analysis from our analysts after taking the headlines. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right, let's begin with the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Fish farmers, CBN defer on access to Anchor Borrowers Fund. Judiciary created crisis in Labour Party. DG, LPPCC, Oshuntoku speaking there. Eid al-Fitr, Buhari, Tinubu, Obi, NLC orders, felicitate with Muslims, call for unity. Sultan announces end of Ramadan fasting. Declares today Eid al-Fitr. I think we must commend the Muslims. Fasting from morning down to 7, even week. Anyway, let me not say what I want to say. Well, congratulations are in order. Buhari okays suspension of Adamo Arek. Prosecution. INEC denies meeting with Adamo government officials to read polls. May 29 handover. Tinubu unveils 14-man committee. Military battle ready for threat against May 29 handover. DHQ making that statement. Gift of not for sale. KAA gent confirm. These are the stories on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper.
Okay, going to the Punch newspaper this morning and looking at some headlines, starting with the cap headline this morning. Buhari suspends Adamawa Reg, orders security agents probe. IOC's moved $21 billion investment to other countries. FG. Military will ensure peaceful handover. May 29, says Defense Headquarters. Now, the banner headline this morning says Sudan conflict. 1,262 Nigerian students demand evacuation. 330 residents killed. And two riders to this banner headline says Nigerian students fill forms for airlifting. Uganda, Tanzania rescue nationals. 3,200 injured as outage, food, water scarcity hit Khartoum, says WHO. Moon sighted in Saudi Arabia. Muslims mark Eid al-Fitr Friday. And you have the picture there, while they were searching for the moon and it got sighted. And it says Saudi moon observers at the Hotat Sudar Observatory on Thursday. And the shoe headlines here. National Assembly inducts lawmakers elect May 7. I take that headline again. National Assembly inducts lawmakers elect May 7. Banana Island developer planned to rake in 22 billion naira revenue, report. And the last headline here. Ogun community 1-year blackout lingers over IKEDC IBEDC disagreement. This and more you can get from the Punch newspaper.
Alright, away from the Punch, let's now move over to the Nigerian Tribune. Shawwal moon sighted in Nigeria, Sultan declares today Eid al-Fitr. Read up on that story on page 15. You were more responsible for Benue killings autumn blast presidency. $2.4 billion crude oil probe. Malami set to provide comprehensive report. And now to the Bana headline. Buhari approves suspension of REC, orders probe of security officers. Riders to that, we didn't compromise process, INEC counters Binani. Probe allegation of 2 billion naira bribe. Falana attacks EFCC, ICPC. Bandits have taken over 6,000 square kilometer of our land. Inauguration, Kayari, Mawa, Ononuga, 11 orders make Tinubu's list. Rainstorm kills 6, sweeps boy away in Delta State. Find that story on page 27. That's sad. I think this is the time we should start mitigating and putting in measures to ensure that we don't experience the flooding we had last year. Gunmen killed 2 immigration officers, university lecturers in Taraba. Naira redesign, we lost 50 billion naira to egg glut. Poultry farmers making that statement. Riders to that, we want federal government to mop up 15 to 20 million crates of eggs. Say 25 million jobs under threat in poultry subsector. These are the stories on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune.
Now going straight to the Nation newspaper this morning and looking at the headlines we have. President Tinubu, governors, Sultan call for peace at Eid al-Fitr. Bako, Wakoma, Okotete, 10 others in transition sub-team. Defense headquarters, mid-29 inauguration of Tinubu, sacrosanct. And looking at the red headline from the Nation newspaper this morning, military destroys 46 illegal refineries. States name transition panels. And the banner headline this morning from the Nation newspaper says, Buhari axes Adamawa REC, orders security chiefs probe. Right after that headline says, IG, DSS, DG, and SCDC boss get directive to act. Government to evacuate Nigerian students from Sudan. And look at this headline. Ahead, subsidy removal. Federal government plans 6-month petrol stockpile. Lagos issues 5 billion naira bond certificate to retirees. Review judges' pay. Okay, these are the headlines you can find at the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning. And we'll move to the other side where we look at the burning issue. Same as we have our analyst join us virtually this morning. Check your time right now. It is 9:45. We know some people will be at the Eid ground this morning, and we should be getting we should also be getting updates from our correspondent from the Eid ground this morning, telling us situation reports. Well, remember, Muslims across the globe are celebrating the Eid Fitr, and well, the state commandant, the NSCDC, for your state, Michael Adaralewa, has given his message saying that they have enough officials, on ground at different areas in the state to make sure that there is no break of law and order in the state, also making sure that lives and properties of residents of the state are safe.
Over 2 weeks ago that we celebrated Easter, we have not stand down all those operatives we deployed during Easter. They are still in work 24 hours. Remember, we deployed 1,705 personnel, ranging from our armed personnel, female armed squad, the counter-terrorism, anti-vandal, the intelligence unit, the CBRN, the disaster management department, and every other tactical unit and department. We deploy them and they are still in charge. So the citizens of Oyo State should be rest assured that they are going to have each free Salah celebration. And our advice to them is to celebrate moderately and let the lessons learned during the Ramadan reflect in all the activities.
Well, on my way to work, I noticed that a lot of Muslims are, out on the Eid ground. I stay close to the Eid.
Samanda. Not Samanda.
Idiakwe. Yeah, so...
Why am I mentioning Samanda?
Gridlock was, quite the situation of things over there. But I mean, it's normal because we have a number of Muslims coming out to pray and, seek the face of Allah, today. So yes, congratulations to all Muslim faithfuls. I know it wasn't easy to fast for the period of time that they did. I mean, I must celebrate these guys because from the very young age they begin to train you to fast for that number of hours.
And you even stayed with a lot of Muslims in the north, right?
Yes, actually, and that's why I'm going to miss being in the north, because no matter what, we're going to, there's this, it's customary with Muslims over there that in their celebrations, they come give Christians food. There's this sense of harmony and unity and love, that celebration brings, and nobody's thinking about religion, ethnic group. People just want to be happy, and they share this happiness to their neighbors and their friends. So that day, sometimes we don't even cook, because some of them bring raw meats, and we store these meats in our fridge, and we use it for a long period of time. Now, I mean, you should be thinking that, this person is a Muslim. Nobody thinks about that. Everybody just enjoy the celebration.
There's this there's this cooperation, understanding, unionism, and believing that we are all one.
Absolutely.
And the most interesting part of this just concluded Ramadan was that the Ramadan also clashed with Lent season, where everybody fasted at the same time.
Yeah.
And I also hope that while fasting, everybody prayed for the peace of the nation. Also ahead of the handover scheduled for May 29th. So a lot is in our hands as Nigerians, as a Nigerian. If you say you are not a Muslim, you are a Christian, during the Lenten season, how often did you pray for Nigeria? During the fasting season, for the Muslims, how often did you pray for Nigerians? So this and more. If you meet Americans, they will tell you, God bless America, and they say something positive. So let's keep saying something positive about our country, Nigeria. Dr. Cornerstone is here this morning. I don't know if he has a Muslim name, or we'll give him one. Dr. Cornerstone.
Good morning, Farouk.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Dr. Cornerstone. Happy Eid al-Fitr to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, same to you. We that fasted for 41 days, we just broke our fast.
Dr. Cornerstone, it's not a good day to lie. It is not a good day to lie.
I said we. Did I say I?
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I'm part of them.
Fair enough. Welcome to the show. Do you have a message for the Muslims before we dive right into the paper this morning?
Yes. The thing I'd like to say is that whatever the Ramadan has brought to them, has brought to our Muslim brothers and sisters, should be something they should learn to invite till the next fasting season. I remember listening to a program this morning, and someone was saying that he believes that this fasting has taken anger from him or her. This fasting has taken intolerance from him. And I said, well, these are wonderful things that this fasting takes from you. It must never go back. So I want to wish them well, that they bring the good and the goodness of the Ramadan will be felt among all of them.
Well, we'll say amen to that. Thank you for your wonderful thought.
Okay, so let's go straight to the headlines we have this morning.
That's all. You are there?
Yes, I greeted you now. I was about asking if you have a Muslim name. Or we should give you a Muslim name.
Yes, I have a Muslim name.
What's your Muslim name?
Abdul Qadri.
You're not even pronouncing it well.
Abdul Qadri. Okay.
I've given myself one.
Okay, so Abdul Quadri Cornerstone, thank you for joining us.
Be sure to initiate that name.
Only today.
You use it only.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, and we know that Ileya is coming very soon. You use it again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's talk about how active Nigeria is. Look at what is happening in Sudan. If you look at the front page of Punch newspaper this morning, based on the Sudan conflict, because yesterday NIDCOM was saying that they're still talking to see how to evacuate Nigerian students and Nigerians in Sudan because of the conflict there. And the headline here says 1,262 Nigerian students demand evacuation. Must it get to a stage where, when war gets to like 4, 5, 6 days before Nigerian government takes a big step? Remember what happened when the Ukraine-Russia crisis started? It got to a stage when people started rushing down to embassies and the likes. Don't we have a government that is very, very active? I got that to the story of Egypt. What they did, they evacuated some of their people, same as the military forces that went on a peace mission and the likes. When do we start having an active government?
Well, I think I'd like to ask another question. Was there anything the Nigerian government ever did that responded very fast?
There might have been.
Yeah, I have not found, because this is the only country where I see that a person, for example, probably a hit-and-run vehicle, kills someone on the road, and then until the thing is decaying and people can no longer pass through that place before the local authority comes to pick it. That's just for that end. You can see a lot of people on the streets who probably are not well, are unwell, insanity or madness is worrying a lot of them. They walk on the streets, nobody is talking to them, nobody cares about them. So the students that are asking that please come and rescue us, they know that they have a father who does not care. You understand what I'm saying? It's like a 62 or a 63-year-old father who probably does not care. He does not believe in taking care of his children. That's the way it sounds. It's like if you like, take care of yourself. If you don't like, don't take care of yourself. But it's actually very appalling that on a straight note that the foreign policy of Nigeria is not just weak, it's almost non-existent. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, because I do not see where a country would have, will have sovereignty, but will not have any foreign policy relating to its citizens. This is one of the reasons why you can imagine now a lot of other countries who will have come to evacuate their own, seeing our own children and our own students languishing there. Is there which country is this? Is Nigeria? They would laugh. I get what I'm saying. We do not have anything related to foreign policy. I think it's even actually very appalling in this time, because I believe the only thing and pattern this government is playing through is, do you have money to give us to borrow? We want to borrow some money. Have we borrowed that one? Because if you will really understand the intentions of this government, or the attention, or what grants this government attention, I do not think it's about care for its citizens. Nigerians die in their numbers every minute, everywhere. No one caters to them. No one cares. The security architecture of Nigeria is in shambles. In fact, we do not even have an architecture on security. Let's just say we do have a security. You understand what I'm saying? Probably we have security, but there's no security architecture. There's no way we can say, okay, this is what we are building to defend. We have become a reactionary country, especially in the realm of governance. Because we are reactionary, and that's not how to be. You understand me? These people have been making a noise. They have been threatening themselves before this war broke out, and while threatening themselves, there is no. I don't think even the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Nigeria or ever issued a letter to those who and said, please be safe, or give us information relating to what's happening. We'll be able to help you here. And it's not far away here. You understand what I'm saying? Must we not ask those students to start trekking home? That's the question to ask ourselves.
All right, thank you for your submission on that, Dr. Cornerstone. Let's move over to electoral matters. Buhari approves suspension of Adam Orek, and that's on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Now, this has been a conversation since the beginning of this week, from his suspension till his action and inaction at the course of the Adamawa state election, announcing a result that was inconclusive. And now Buhari has come out to approve his suspension, as well as speaking about the DSS and police also prosecuting members of their department who might have contributed or aided and abated to what happened in that election. My question will be around electoral offenders. This has been a theme for a period of time with our electoral situation in the country. I remember, I think it was sometime last year that I think it was INEC that suggested if they created, a body that would be in charge of electoral offenders, and it was said that this is just a duplication of the same body and maybe a means to extort money. But my question now is, do you think it's imperative that we have, a body that would be saddled with the disciplining of electoral offenders in this country? Now, the man involved in this case is a barrister, so for all we know, he should know better. But however, he did not, and he sabotaged the system, being part of the system. So should INEC rather, or the electoral umpire, create a body saddled with the responsibility of dealing with electoral offenders? As we know, INEC has a lot of responsibility on his neck.
Let me tell you this. A lot of the law and patterns of operations in Nigeria today are actually about the lower persons or the lower personnel getting a cue from what the bigger boys do. And I remember the last time this person was asked me on the station, I did say that what happened in Adamawa State might in a whole lot of ways look like the man who has been suspended and pensioned by force now, because once you're actually serving government, it's not actually easy to be spat. You understand what I'm saying? At that level. So it's therefore very important for you to know that this man might probably have worked on a queue, and then some people have said that what happened at the presidential election was just a tip of the iceberg. It means through the operations or in operations of persons in INEC for the presidential election, some people felt like, oh wow, if the presidential election can turn this way, we can also take a cue and do whatever we'd like at the state level, and now Adamawa State. Number two, some people believe that it was the right people who were doing the wrong thing concerning the presidential election, but this time it's the wrong people that are doing the wrong thing in Adamawa. Another thing, a way to look at it is to let you know that somebody must be the scapegoat over the misbehavior of people in government. I do not think that man in all his senses was acting alone, because I understand very well that the CP, the Commissioner of Police for Adamawa State, was actually his orderly in order to make that declaration. We do not know. Hello, I hope you can hear me.
We see you. Yeah, we see Dr. Constant.
Okay. Now, we do not know what has happened to the CP, whether the CP has been redeployed or the CP is going through any room trial.
Yes, that's what is happening. That's what the presidency is, suggesting now, that the CP, the DSS should, call to order those involved at the course of that announcement. Yes.
At that level, is the room order of a room trial that kind of shaming behavior on Nigeria, is it room trial that deserves? I get what I'm saying. And again, I'm asking myself, the man who has been pensioned now, is he a pension in such kind of international disgrace that is deserving of someone who has brought that disgrace upon the Nigeria, whereby this story will forever be? You understand what I'm saying? The least we ever heard about elections of that nature was Maurice Uwu, when they were still voting in some places in Nigeria and they were announcing the results in Abuja. But this time it was a case of the man or woman whom the law did not even give any responsibility as to declaring the winner of an election, goes ahead to make the declaration. And now some people feel, as long as the declaration has been made by that person, yes, we need to go to court to clarify that declaration. And they are taking a queue. Let me just tell you the area where they are taking a queue. Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Let me just explain the queue to you. The chairman, Independent Electoral Commission, was the one who declared who won at the presidential election. Am I correct?
Not sure. The chairman
The chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission was the one who declared who won at the president.
Of course.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, now the question I'd like to ask you, if the chairman made the declaration at the presidential level, why not the state rep doing it at the state level? Why you give it to another person to do? That is the explanation now that's making some people to say we'll have to go to court to make this clarification. If the chairman can make the declaration.
Hello,
Dr. Cornerstone. All right, we might have to reconnect with Dr. Cornerstone, but he's asking a very important question. If the INEC chairman was the one who declared the result for the presidency, then why shouldn't the REC declare that of state? But we'll also have to look at the new electoral act. Is that a provision under the new electoral act of 2022?
I was listening to Festus Okoye this morning, the INEC commissioner, and he was saying that there is a law. I mean, they have a law according to INEC, constitution that guides
the electoral act.
Yes, there's always a responsibility for the REC, the job of the REC and that of the returning officer. Hello.
Yeah, I understand that there's a job of the REC and there's a job of a returning officer. But what we are saying now, the challenge, the
argument,
the thing carrying here now is that the chairman, the job of the REC is like a supervising officer for the election. The question, therefore, we're asking is why is the INEC chairman not a supervising officer too? So those are the reasons why they are going to court now. That if at the national level it is the chairman that is saddled with the responsibility, the state level, that is the highest officer of the state level. Why is it not him doing the declaration too? You get what I'm saying now? So those are issues that will make them, they are going to court for now that, he probably, if you take a cue from what happened at the national level, and then at the state level, it's the REC that should be able to do that declaration. What the INEC is arguing is that, no, that is not our guideline. If they say that is not their own guideline, and then we're not asking for the people who are in court right now, that INEC who suspended his own guidelines should not be made to account for its own guideline, then you say you are bringing challenges. You understand me? At the particular place it is bad, and at another place it is good. It means we are saying whatever is good, is source for good for the goose is now it should be sauce for the gander. Yeah. But now we are saying that it's poison for the gander.
Another thing is, I mean, if we're judging based
off
the
provision, my explanation very
absolutely. Yeah. But if it's based off the provisions,
at the national level, please let me conclude. If at the national level you are saying, what happened at the REC level at the REC level in the state actually is against INEC guidelines. Okay, we want to therefore ask the people who did not take to their own guidelines for the presidential election, were they sent? And now, if you say, it didn't work at the state, somebody is quick now to quickly punish the state person by making him go on compulsory retirement. And the person that you appointed as own chairman, you are not sacking him. You are not telling him, for you to, how can you be a referee and say, the referee, the rules of this game is going to be like this. And then why would the whistle you changed it?
Maybe Dr. Cornerstone, maybe we should also look at, let's wait, if this argument, we surely see the light of the day. And you're taking themselves to court to look at this. I mean, if the INEC chairman will be the one to announce the presidential, and and while the REC is not responsible enough to announce that of the state level, maybe let's just wait. If this argument, we see the light of the day,
they will go into court to get the explanation. Now they will go to court.
Yeah,
and if they go to court, and it means the electoral act for the next voting will have to be corrected.
Okay, so we were listening to Festus Okoye this morning, and he spoke about a lot of things like there's still going to be after the whole electoral process, giving out certificates of return to some of the winners, they have to sit around and talk about the failure of beavers, at the presidential election and some of the elections that held. If at the end of the day, nobody is held responsible for some of the glitches experienced during the election, what should we be expecting in the next 4 years?
My brother, the thing is, the next 4 years is too far. The election act that we operate on is something that a lot of people are complaining about. How can INEC, how can be a referee be a party to a game? I get what I'm saying. That's the question. How can an umpire be a party to a game? Meaning whoever wins, the umpire will join to defend him. That's the meaning. Whoever won, the umpire naturally will be defending that person. Meaning we did well, we did according to our practice and our law, and this is the person that wins. They will stand at the back of the person that wins. Now, question now I'd like to ask you, Okoye has made issues relating to beaver. It failed somewhere, it didn't fail some places. If INEC goes to defend itself and say beavers was the technology, it was not voting, we still have all the voting materials with us. Hello? Now, okay, we could have as well used counting. It was not discarded. We used physical counting because the beavers was not to be trusted. We had a hitch. The law will say, okay, it's true. Now, bring the papers with which you use to count these results. Is it those mutilated papers that we bring into the court? According to the petition of the leading petitioner now, 18,088 polling units results were mutilated.
Right.
Hello?
Yes, please.
So how do you bring 18,088 polling units results mutilated where 0 was 00, where 10 was supposed to be written, you see 00 and 60 was counted to 0 and added 60 to another person. I get what I'm saying. There are a lot of forensic experts who have come to see this thing. So the issue therefore now is that if the court starts sitting and these people, the INEC comes to defend itself that, well, we deserve to use any way to declare the election, to count the election. Okay, the elections you have counted, can you bring the papers? So is it those mutilations that we'll now be looking at? Look at what happened at the Osun State Tribunal can be what repeats itself where the person who is in power now wins. And what happened was that the court decided to jettison beavers and say this one cannot be trusted. And now the area with beavers was that we could understand the case of overvoting. But now that they jettison beavers, they use the registration. INEC registration register for those courts, and for the fact that it was INEC register that was used, overvoting died. Are you listening to me? But the ones we are talking about right now in Nigeria are not cases of overvoting, are cases of vote switching.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait till all the petitions from different parties are attended to and the tribunal kicks off, so we can know the next.
Whereby someone who got 600. At the end of the day, 60 was written for him, 0 was cancelled at the end, and then the other person who got 12, 546 is squeezed for him. Are you listening to me? And then 600, when you want to now write 600, it's 60, all those tipexing and cancellation. How do you prove all this in court? Does it therefore mean the 1 week INEC being a party to this thing will be the one that is correct?
All right, Dr. Cornerstone. Let's hold that thought.
As a human being, I'm not even asking the court, I'm asking the common conscience. You understand what I'm saying?
Let's wait for the tribunal to kick off. Perhaps all these questions will have answers. Finally, before we let you go, let's talk about the new move by the federal government planning to stockpile petrol for 6 months to mitigate the effect of the impending subsidy removal. So the federal government intends to stockpile petrol for 6 months in order to mitigate the impending problem that the subsidy might give to Nigerians. So they want to store fuel for 6 months. as we
Well,
approach.
the thing I know about the thing I know about governance in Africa is that while you are trying to leave government, you must meet a whole lot of problems for the incoming, so that before he starts looking for the things you have done badly, the problem will overweigh him, that he will not be able to know the things you have done badly in the past.
And be thinking of
And I think
re-election.
Hello?
And be thinking of re-election instead of
Yes,
looking.
I'm thinking for. Yeah, so I think this government wants to leave enough problem for the new government to solve. Once they leave that enough problem, before they start looking for papers in which this government has done badly, it will now be 3 years. They'll be looking for re-election. That's the issue we have found ourselves here. How do you explain the fact that $800 million is borrowed to take care of 50 million people? At the rate in which dollar exchange for naira, either at the parallel market or at the change, $800 million for 50 million Nigerians just comes to about 8,000 naira per person.
5,000. The calculation is estimated at 5,000 actually.
No, I'm even saying 8,000. I'm doing
okay.
it better. I'm doing it better.
Okay.
Yes, at most 8,000 naira. Using the bureau de change room. You understand me? So 8,000 naira for my run to about 700 or from 450 to 700 naira. Are you listening to me? So how will you be able to show up inflation that's already about 21%? You are a monotake economy. You don't produce anything. BRICS is already doing something classy. BRICS wants to forget dollar. You are still on dollar. Are you listening to me now? So I think it's enough problem to be hit on the person, on the government that is coming in, so that they will not know where the past government has been. You understand me?
So it's a distraction.
It's not a distraction. It's a heavy load.
Oh my goodness!
Because if you want to remove a subsidy, the very best way to remove subsidy is to remove it in your own time and face the problem. Now you are removing it because the next one will come and say subsidy. There's no removal.
But they've all agreed to it. I mean, even when they were doing their campaign and they were questioned about the removal of subsidy and their thoughts, they all affirmed to it that even when they emerge into office, they would remove it. So it's more like they're agreeing to the terms, knowing the consequences.
I think the next white elephant project we might also expect before May 29 might be the flagging of Nigeria Air. I believe that certain planes might be repainted to carry Nigerian Air and say we have flagged it off. So we fulfill our goal. The governance in Africa is something that you actually look at and say, must you be lying to yourself? You know, you can lie to another country. If probably you were governing another country from here, you can lie to them. But your own self, your own people.
Well, we can't lie to you, Dr. Coniston, right now because we're pressed for time.
You took $800 million to share to 50 million Nigerians, and each will get a minimum of 5,000 to a maximum of 8,000 naira each. Your minimum wage is 35,000 naira. And you are saying you are increasing minimum wage by 40%. How do you sustain that for the coming government? Okay, it is true that with the removal of fuel subsidy, Nigeria will be saving about 14 trillion to 18 trillion naira a year. But the saving of the 14 trillion to 18 trillion naira is actually jeopardized because Nigeria is currently spending about 96% of its earnings on borrowing. On the borrowings, we cannot see what has happened to it. You understand me?
Yes.
So let's say you save 18 trillion naira, therefore Nigeria will therefore probably be spending about 70% of its money on borrowing. So how do you use 30% to cushion the effect that a decentralized economy starts to bring to you? When you do not have, Nigeria does not have a company that produces toothpick.
I believe that this, in the next administration, we should be having
and
enough
do you know, let me just finish on this.
Yeah.
Do you know that the man who promised that Nigeria would start producing pencils, they have not seen the land to build the place? Probably they have not seen the land. Do you have land, brother? inside that ball.
You are becoming you soon become an Ibadan high chief. So let us wait. If you get land, me I don't have land. The only
I have LAN. I've not seen the D.
All right, Dr. Cornerstone. Okay. Maybe by next week you have a D. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation this morning.
Much. I'm grateful.
All right, enjoy the rest of the public holiday. Well, Dr. Cornerstone is a public affairs analyst and is also being able to share his thoughts and opinion on some of the headlines we have. We'll go on a break, and when we return, we'll connect with Oluwagbemi Ajayi from the heat ground at Agodi Gate. Do you not go anywhere? It is the update.
For this Naija wey we dey so, say you no hold cash no mean say wahala dey o. You wan send money to Male for Villa, just use Momo. You wan buy recharge card or data, just use Momo. You wan pay for market wey you buy, just use Momo. You fit use Momo run plenty things without cash, as long as you get Momo account. No cash, no wahala, and e dey easy to open o. Just dial *671# to open Momo account. Set your PIN, transfer money from your bank account inside your Momo account. Make you fit dey pay for anything, send and receive money sharp because life dey simple with Momo.
Saleko is a jungle. Everyone does what they must to survive.
Gangs of Lagos don't land for Prime Video and na the #1 film. So make una go watch am. E get better stars like Toby Bakri, Adesua Tommy Wellington, Chike, Iyabo Ojo and more. Plus the genge action wey dem do for the film. Chai! Now for only Prime Video you fit watch Gangs of Lagos and dem go first give you 7 days free trial. Terms and conditions dey o. Oh yeah, check back to Prime Video.
Mommy!
Yes, daughter?
Why is it that almost everyone in my school comes with small candies and biscuits? I just want to know.
Yes, darling. It's because Sumal food is amazing and simply the best.
Yes, mommy. Even the Sumal wafers and the chewing gum that you've always given to us are extremely delicious and captivating.
Hello, everyone. Here's your bread. Of course, it's yellow bread.
Wow!
Thanks, my dear. We always enjoy Jolly bread. For your biscuits, wafers, candies, chewing gum, and bread.
Sumal Foods, love at first bite.
Sumal Foods, love at first bite. Dúpẹ́ oore àná o, a tún dúpẹ́ oore òní. Jọ̀wọ́ dá wa lóhùn tọ̀la, má jẹ́ arógun ìbànújẹ́. Fakọyọ, ọmọ Ọlọ́run fakọyọ. Ẹ̀mí gígùn là ń tọrọ, lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ọba, àlàáfíà là ń tọrọ, lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ọba. Bàbá wa bàbá rere. Baba baba re, baba wa baba re, baba baba re.
All right, of course, Dre Sticks, Baba Riri. Right here on the Remedy Dial Solutions 939. Exactly 21 minutes back, and we're back, of course, to get in touch with one of our correspondents who is out there in the city of Ibadan to, give us updates on what is happening, how the people, Muslim faithfuls rather, are celebrating the season. Good morning to you, Oluwagbemi Ajayi. Great to have you join us.
Hello, Benga, are you there? Okay, let's try and reconnect with Benga.
But in the meantime, we have Elijah here, who I was giving, I was lauding her praises.
Yes,
you know, as I anticipate my ram, my chicken, you know, my rice, etc. And she's beautifully dressed. You know, at least she's looking hale and hearty after fasting.
After the fasting. Okay, Benga is back. Hello, Benga. Hello, Benga. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Lapokunobi. Good morning, Big.
Good morning to
Ramadan Kareem.
Yes.
Yes, same to you.
Actually, you guys ain't fast. I know you guys ain't fast.
Okay, Alaja is telling us. Alaja is telling us that it's Eid Mubarak.
That is
Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Presently, I'm at the praying ground at Agodi here. The gate praying ground, where the general prayer was being observed. During the prayer, we have the chief imam of Oyo State, who led the prayer, and we have the deputy governor as well, the deputy governor of Oyo State, Chief Adebayo Lawal. The royal president, we have Imam Atiba Good as well. We have so many prominent people based on the Islamic religion there, which they all came here to pray after the long Ramadan fast that the whole observed. And here presently everything is very, very calm. Right from we go from day down to Total Garden towards the Burial Jabal. We have our security personnel being stationed at every spot to make sure that it's maximum security for everybody coming or going out of Ibadan or your state. And presently here, the chief imam just spoke after the prayer. He spoke to all Nigerians that everybody should try and accommodate peace and allow peace to reign. Based on what he said, that some of the lessons we learned during the Ramadan is we should allow love, peace, humility, and giving. We should try to imbibe in this kind of culture. That after this Ramadan, people should try and continue in this line. It shouldn't stop. So like everything is very calm here. The prayer started exactly 10 o'clock. After the chief imam came, entered the praying ground, and in a couple of minutes, they ended the prayer. After then, they went into the sermon as a lecture to teach to all Muslim people who are here. The presently, the chief imam is there, which they want to really talk to. But I think the crowd is very, very people are so many here, and but everything is very safe. Everything is very conducive here.
Okay, so we have enough security officials on ground.
We have the DSS, we have the police officers, we have the NFPDC, we have the road safety as well. Everything security personnel, they are all here at the station.
Okay, so that means so what you're trying to say now is if anybody is planning to go through Idiakbe this morning, the road is free.
Actually, they should put them on that. So after the one lane has been blocked already.
Okay.
One has been blocked,
so just for one
another lane.
Yes, the road from to gate is blocked.
But we have the security personnel who are passing all vehicles who are coming to the site.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Oluwagbemi.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right. Regards to Tayo. Imagine Tayo is chatting with me. If you know what he's requesting for, but there's no problem. I feel Alaja would do that. Abdul Quadri, Abdul Aziz. Did I get the name right?
You didn't get it.
Fatima Abdul Quadri.
Abdul Quadri. You should have learned how to usually pronounce it.
Hey.
So, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Ramadan is over.
It's over. It's over. Gbogbo àwọn tó rò pé àjọ̀sán ṣe báwo ò ní tán àwẹ̀ tán ojú tàjọ̀sán. So we are all back with food aroma here and there. Right. When we were fasting, you people were eating left and right. You didn't even bother to say.
If we bothered, you guys would say we're disturbing your fasting quest. No?
But let's look at some of the lessons. You know, some people said that. Well, I read so many things about the Ramadan. Part of the things to be done. Reading of Quran, praying, having iftar, having the sahur and the likes that. It's sahur, not sahur. Okay. So now, which one will you miss the most? Is it the sahur, the iftar, or the Ramadan lecture, or even the early morning wake up call, because I have a neighbor that will always wake up around I think to 4 or after 4 to call, and I think after 10 days he stopped. I felt like okay, maybe he traveled, but someone told me that maybe he got tired, but later I think 5 days later he returned to the morning call of prayer. So which one will you miss the most?
Everything about Ramadan, because it's so beautiful. From Sahur to Iftar, eating, the togetherness, the happiness, the joy, the sharing. During Ramadan, no discrimination. Everyone, once you are eating like this, it's easy for you to share, and people will gladly accept things from you. Now that Ramadan is gone, if you are giving someone food, they will be thinking twice that, I hope it's not something, I hope something is not attached to this. But during Ramadan, everyone is free. They believe we are in the month of Ramadan, the spirit of sharing, we have to share, we have to love one another, do good and all that. So everything about Ramadan.
So what time do you always wake up?
Me, 4 o'clock, Neil.
And you wake up 4 o'clock?
Yes.
And you go back, after cooking and the lights,
yes,
you go back to sleep?
After waking up by 4, I'll do my Nawafil, that's prayer. So then after that, I'll cook, then we eat, wait till the morning prayer, the normal morning prayer. Yeah, so after praying, then we'll sleep a bit before. Sometimes no sleep again. The work now.
Has it ever affected you? Let me just put it straight to you. There's sometimes that people just, you cook, you sleep. You just say you just want to take a nap, like 30 minutes, and at the end of the day, you find out you slept for 1 hour. Did you have that experience during this last Ramadan?
Yes, I tell you, yes. And sometimes you get to work, you are like, God, I don't even want to talk today.
Wait, let me understand how this works. Is it that you guys eat in the morning before the fasting begins?
This is it. You are permitted to eat before Fajr. And Fajr is around, let's say, 5:20, 5:30.
Okay.
So within 7 o'clock that you have your iftar in the evening, till that 5:20, you are free to chop.
Oh.
But after that time, you are not allowed to eat again till 7 or to 7 in the evening that you break, that you go for iftar. So that's the way it's been done.
Oh, well. That's interesting.
Yeah, interesting, right? Back then they would always say, you look at someone's face, you'll be like, this man he has gotten to the limits. He needs to break the fast and the likes. Have you gotten to a stage where you got tired and you feel like
breaking my fast?
Breaking the fast very early.
No. You see, this fasting thing, it's all about faith, Iman, which we Muslims call Iman, faith. It has to do with faith. I've seen people that they can't do without food and they still fast. It's because they fear God. They are trying to obey their character. So once you put it in your mind that I want to do this, I can do this, and you will do it. So it's not about the food or what, it's about you obeying your character and doing what is right as a Muslim. So once you have chosen the religion, whatever what doing, actually what doing well.
Yes, it was what doing. So how many Ramadan lectures did you attend?
Hey.
I have to put you on the spot.
Why now?
No, I mean.
Why you there? You know me, you still a do me.
No, just asking.
For this Eid Fitri, you see, say I see they work.
Because some did their Ramadan lecture virtually, Zoom.
Yeah,
but
I listened to some online.
Okay, yeah, that is it.
Yeah, but I didn't attend anyone physically.
So that really means that technology has made a lot of things advance. It's not compulsory you have to be at the ground for. Okay, so what are you planning to give people? At least you have to continue giving.
Give people. I be you supposed give me something.
You what?
Now.
After this timeout, I'm coming to have my lunch.
Hey, your lunch.
Late breakfast. I don't even want to care about your excuse.
Okay, so
that's
thank
what
you.
I want.
All right, thank you very much, Alaja, for
You're
joining
welcome.
us. And we say congratulations once again. Michael Jackson, give thanks to Allah, and when we come back, we'll wrap up the show.
Praise Him all day for what is and what was. Take hold of your Iman. Don't give in to Shaitan. Oh, you who believe, please give thanks to Allah. Allahu Ghafoor, Allahu رحيم الله يحب المحسنين وخالقنا ورازقنا وهو على كل شيء قدير Allah is Ghafoor, Allah is Rahim, Allah is the one who loves the Muhsinin. He is our creator, He is our sustainer, and He is the one who has power over all. Give thanks to Allah for the moon and the stars. Praise Him all day for what is and what was. Take hold of your iman, don't give in to shaitan. Oh, you who believe, please give thanks to Allah. Allahu Ghafoor, Allahu Rahim, Allahu Yuhibbul Muhsinin, wa khaliquna, wa raziquna, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Allah is Ghafoor, Allah is Rahim, Allah is the one who loves the Muhsinin. He is our creator, He is our sustainer, and He is the one who has power over all.
Give thanks to Allah from one of the greatest artists of this world, Michael Jackson, right here on the Remedy Dial Solutions 93.9, and we're saying happy celebration to all Muslim faithful out there. Also use this medium to encourage, peace, unity, and harmony, as we celebrate together. All right, it's almost time for us to draw the curtains, but before that, we'll look into the weather forecast and have a view. We spoke about flooding as part of one of the stories that made rounds on the paper this morning. We need to start preparing ourselves because we're in the rainy season already. And you would recall that the experience from last year wasn't so pleasant. Yep. Loss of lives and properties. So we need to put in all the necessary measures that will mitigate such reoccurrence this year. So one way of doing that is also giving you information on the weather forecast, especially for the day as you plan your daily movement as well.
Okay, so according to AccuWeather, it says that by 11 o'clock today, we should be expecting thunderstorms in the city of Ibadan, same 12 o'clock. Although, after that, the weather will remain, but it will be on 32 degrees Celsius by 2 o'clock, increases to 33 from 3 to 4, but drop to 32 by 5 p.m. And, drops to 30, 28, 27 from 6 to 8 p.m. So for those of you still out there, please, you need to either you order a ride so that rain will not spoil your clothes. For those who went to the Eid, for those of you who've got plans to go out today, check the weather forecast and know the right time to go out so that you can enjoy. Friday is a public holiday. We have got Saturday, we have Sunday, we have Monday public holiday
very
as
long
well.
holiday.
Yeah, it's a long one
that we don't get to enjoy.
Sorry,
as it is.
Sorry, Victory. You'll be at work on Friday, you'll be at work on Monday.
No, Sunday.
Same thing for Easter.
It's okay.
All right, guys.
That's what we do. Something interesting happened yesterday on Twitter.
Okay.
People lost their verification badges. Elon
Musk
is now charging celebrities or influencers or people who have verification badge the sum of $8 as a monthly subscription.
What's the calculation, Naira?
It shouldn't be maybe 5,000-6,000 thereabouts.
To buy their badge.
Yeah, to get your badge. Oh. And they're saying, the likes of what's the name of this NBA superstar?
LeBron James? Steph Curry?
Yes. LeBron James say he's not paying $1 for it. But LeBron is a legend, so Elon Musk said he'll be paying for him. But we saw the likes of Ronaldo, Beyonce, the top guys in the industry, celebrities losing their badges. And Twitter felt so awkward yesterday.
I feel like Elon Musk, has been coming with some, rules since he took over. And, we just take some decisions and, return. backtrack on it. I also feel like
He's
that's
not backtracking on this one. He's so firm.
Maybe a way of raking in money.
That is a businessman mentality, actually, because if you calculate the number of persons on Twitter, and this man receives that's a lot of money.
It is. But you should. Another thing that I think maybe some of the celebrities also need to look at is there are other ways they also make their own money. You have some guys who are making their money from Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
They actually do on Twitter. They make money, and that's what he wants to. It's more like paying tax for the money that you generate off social media.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, the essence of the badge is to authenticate your account, because we see some of these celebrities, people always create accounts in their names and they use it to extort people. So for some reason you just want to buy into the idea of paying for it, but I know it's a ridiculous idea, because I mean that's taking money off you, and people don't like adapting to changes that would affect their finances.
Now I want to ask a question. Maybe if I'm going to ask Elon Musk is one, you ask people on Twitter to pay for badges. Does that also stop them or stop Elon Musk from blocking if they make some tweets that are flagged?
No, of course. Whether you're having the badge or not, if you if you disobey the
rules of Twitter.
rules and guidelines, you definitely answer to it. So it's not a functionality of having badge. Nobody receives some sort of preferential treatment. No, that's not the case. The case is if you want your badge, the blue badge, which a lot of celebrities, especially in Nigeria, I'm verified. It's some sort of inheritance. Perry was saying yesterday that he wants to make everybody seem in the same level. Which level, my brother? Because you have a badge, you feel like you're in some sort of level.
There's this some of the celebrities too, sometimes when they look at someone chatting them or sending message to them, they look at how many followers you have and they feel like, okay, I can respond. That happens a lot on Instagram.
Yes,
and if we are all the same, it's still not bad.
All
of us, we know we are the same. For the people that have 50 followers,
and if you think that you're a celebrity, go and pay it. How much is it's dollars that you're complaining? Create your own business and put a badge to it.
Okay, look at the time right now. This is 10:38, and by 11 o'clock, Abbas will be coming on the show for the special Friday feel. For the people who observe the Ramadan, you want to make shout out, you want to, wish someone happy Eid Fitri, you can join Abbas Lab there. My name is Oladako Kunubi. For those enjoying their public holiday, Victory, you have a message here. Good morning, Mr. YS9, Mr. Vickrich. Those are people who are observing their public holiday, but we are at work. All right, well, AM Updates makes a return next week, Monday, 9 o'clock. We kick off sports show and the headlines on the other side.
All right, my name is Victor Richard. Have yourself a wonderful weekend.